Good morning to all of you. This is Kishore Durg. I'm the Senior Managing Director at Accenture Cloud First Global Services. I'm absolutely delighted to be here with all of you. Cloud adoption has increased by an order of magnitude in recent months, and we're entering into an era of compressed transformation. And cloud is the single most powerful tool organizations have to master change in an era of compressed transformation. What we are seeing with cloud is that it's being it is helping a lot of the executives in this firm to kind of scale up, and in terms of direct response to COVID-19, we're seeing 45% of the executives report that they are using cloud to do that. uh, and what we are also seeing with this is that technology is no longer just a vehicle for success. It's also a vehicle where all possible successes depend on it. And that's what we are seeing with Accenture's Tech Vision 2021, just released last month. Cloud is now at the core of the company, not just the periphery. We believe most of the companies are about 20 to 30% in the cloud today, and we expect that about 80% will rapidly accelerate based on what we are seeing in the market. And we thought, a lot of these companies would take time, but we are seeing that the sudden rush, and we expect that to happen in the next 2 to 3 years. And that is because we are seeing that companies are realizing that cloud at scale is very, very critical for them to achieve cost efficiency, business resiliency, new experiences, and obviously compete in the marketplace between the leaders and the laggards. Um, One of the other things that we're also seeing is that for the companies that are into the digital transformation and they want to be in the finish line, cloud first is the strategy for them to get there. Now let's think about what's happening in the market today. Before COVID, we commissioned a study with about 8,300 companies to understand what's the correlation between technology adoption and financial performance. And what we found in that top 10 companies in our survey, the revenue grew at a double rate compared to the laggards who were not adopting. And that is, 25% of the companies. And the leaders who are far ahead of the technology adoption and cloud adoption, saw a rapid acceleration in their revenue. And about 95% of the leaders who adopted sophisticated cloud services, and compared to 30% of the laggards that were published in the study. So what is critical coming out of this is that when you are a leader, you are in the 95% of the leaders, you are essentially are far ahead in your technology adoption and also cloud adoption. And other thing that we see is that a lot of the leaders who saw cloud as a catalyst, and again more cost efficient than a data center, and they tended to use a lot of the new technologies, develop higher levels of expertise, and sequence implementations in a very optimal way. It is essentially coming down to how they adopted new technology that really mattered to their financial performance. Now, we're also seeing that top 10% of the companies are outperforming their laggards in revenue, not by a factor of two, but a factor of five. And this is, again, growing revenues 5x at the rate of their peers. And we expect this gap to even accelerate further because cloud is accelerating the rate of innovation in the world. And the more you're on the cloud, the faster that you actually innovate. Now, consider a lot of the top three providers, Amazon, Web Services, Microsoft and Google, they are investing a combined total of $200 million a day on R&D, and they're launching 50 new services every month. So for you as a client, now is the moment to embrace cloud at scale. Now let us see, what are the common barriers that we're realizing, as you get to full value of cloud investment, and again, cloud is a destination. There are a couple of things that you need to be aware of. Cloud migration, as people see today, is just the first step. It is not the full destination. Cloud is both in terms of the way we look at it. Cloud is not just a destination, but it's also changing the operating model. It's a new way of life. We can break this into, I would say, three different steps. One is you first migrate, which is essentially getting a lot of your workloads to cloud, in a very rapid way, secure way, and with confidence, and obviously selecting the right infrastructure for your business needs. The second one is about accelerate. What we call as accelerate is essentially taking, ramping up your organizational speed and agility to develop new architecture, modernize a lot of your applications and data. Obviously, your workforce, your operating model, and culture need to be changed to adopt to cloud. And again, you're looking at enhanced enterprise performance, and every organization need to sustain operational efficiency down the road. The third one, we call it as grow and innovate, which is essentially using cloud to digitally transform and create greater differentiation between you and the competition in your industry. Obviously, laying a very strong foundation for rapid experimentation, innovation, and obviously it means that some of your products, services, experiences, and business functions would change. Now, one critical part with obviously your movement to cloud is it has to unleash the power of data. That is something that our clients are realizing. A lot of the enterprises who have a strong culture for innovation are looking at setting a stage for data-driven reinvention. The future of AI is on the cloud. You can't obviously fully tap into this future without a strong data on cloud foundation. And what happens here is that with cloud, you have the ability to host vast amount of data, apply analytics, and with obviously unlimited compute power, you're accessing a lot of the sophisticated innovation, especially in AI. And again, this is helping a lot of the technology ecosystem at large to build a lot new services. And again, this in turn enables visionary companies that we are seeing to create net new products, new services, and obviously ultimately business value. So the future of AI is on the cloud, and data is actually the foundational element that helps you get there. Now, there's also the element of the new continuum, I would call it. What does this future of cloud look like? In our view, it's not just about one technology, but a broad continuum of technology spanning across public, private, applications, data, infrastructure, network, and edge computing. And we think this new continuum is essentially from cloud to edge. And this new continuum expands a lot of opportunities for our clients to address unmet customer needs, operate more intelligently. Just take IoT as an example for edge computing. With that, we are seeing a lot of distributed compute on devices or gateway as close as possible to the data source, where the data is very rich. A lot of the insights are more contextualized, and actions are much more immediate. And again, edge is not competing with cloud; it's actually complementing with cloud. And what we are seeing is, it obviously offers a different set of capabilities. For example, it has low latency, which means that you're able to process very high volume of data messages with minimal delay. And this helps you with higher degree of contextualization and personalization that is needed again in this new world. It's again, I would say, edge computing brings the lot of the digital world into the physical world, and companies must build their future on this continuum from cloud to the edge to innovate inside and outside of their enterprise. I would say this is just one of the examples, and I would say now is the moment to embrace cloud at scale. Thank you all for listening, and have a great day ahead.